Alright, what's up guys? Time for another video. Um, it takes me a while to do videos on these subjects. I don't jump on every single subject you see on TV news or in articles right away like even other YouTubers do. But then I eventually do because they lead me into either other subjects similar to that or that adapt from that subject, because you end up talking to your friends or what have you about these issues. It gets you talking, and because it gets you talking, then you say you want to do this video as an example. I think this subject's about a month old, but I want to say this to make a point. I don't know what version of this story did, when things get out in different articles or whatever the hell. But I'm also saying this from memory too, that you get different version of a story when it surfaces. But you see on TV, by time people do different spins on it. So keep in mind, I'm getting to the point. I'm getting there. I'm trying to say whatever spins on it. The point I'm trying to make, here's where it goes there. Okay, Justin Bieber says something on Twitter about his wife or girlfriend or whatever. And I think this was a good statement, how his wife looks good without makeup. You know what I mean? And nothing wrong with that, of course. But I'm hearing this in the story that I guess people on chiming in on Twitter or whatever the hell. It's not like it become any big controversy like I heard of, but acting like they're defending his girlfriend, wife. Well, the reason why I say girlfriend, wife, because me and my girlfriend are actually, not married. But marriage is just a piece of paper, and actually marriage. You look at all these marriages, even my mother and stepdad, they still grew old together, or too old to go look for anybody else. They were both divorced. But so what marriage does, marriage is a piece of paper. So that's why I say that. I'm trying to be, you call it fair and partial or not. All right, so, and here's I want to use this as an example of my philosophy on that here too. I'll tell you a small story at the same time. But before I tell you any other stories and go on and on, I want to say, makeup, of course, is a normal thing, women and girls do it, paint their nails, and a lot of money is made by makeup. Nothing against makeup, which will lead to another story I'll tell you later. And I also want to say another thing too, like all these celebrities and stars, compared to people in real life. And I want to make this issue very clear. The reason why I'm making this video, too, is, this even my people that I know and YouTubers that are friends that might see this video that happen to be women, ones that actually commented on a couple of my videos and tolerate me too, which is a good thing too. What I'm trying to advocate here too, whether it's yoga women or if you're into exercise or anybody you watch on YouTube that are friends or whatever, this is an important thing. Makeup, nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm not going to try to say that I'm kind of some purist, religious cult that wants to strip every down and make them like Amish or something. I almost want to make this joke put aside too, that I used to say to friends I worked with. I used to make a joke about what Amish sarcastic joke is, what Amish pornography would look like. Say Amish men were to get caught by their wives with Amish porn. It would be like women in dresses with this much ankle showing. Oh my God! I'm being silly here, but all right, what I wanted to stress here too, because I look at a lot of things over here, from yoga, your sports cheerleaders or whatever thing, and it's all makeup and celebrities makeup, and then there's people that there's self-consciousness and misery sometimes caused by these expectations that everything from schoolgirls wanting to be anorexic and bulimic and always saying they can't leave the house till their hair is right. I've seen shit on talk shows since I was a teenager, before even Dr. Phil came into being. But my point is, no matter if you're one of those or not, what I like to see in even celebrities and people outside here, makeup is not and should not be considered or pushed on anybody as a not as a mandatory uh, hygiene thing. It should not be a mandatory hygiene quality. The wearing of makeup should not and shall not be forced on anybody. It should not be uh, imposed as a mandatory qualification of hygiene, like being scared to go out of the house without makeup. But I want to even certain whether it's like you're an NFL cheerleader or you're some celebrity or you're some person, and nothing wrong with dressing a certain way. And then there's even there's these people out there that do take it too far. There is nothing wrong with going around once in a while scraggly. Like if you think somebody's hot looking, or even if it's somebody on some magazine somewhere, swimsuit magazine, cheerleader, you almost want to ask these people not in an offensive way. Say if you met somebody. I know I watched the show MTV Ridiculousness and all that. And there was a few models on there, and some of them actually were pretty cool and funny people. I mean, if I had my own TV show and had guests on and all that, I mean, not saying anything a bad way and joke about it, my biggest curiosity meeting anybody like that, It's like, you're hot looking and all, but did you ever want to just decide to, what do you call it, take a break from all that and go around looking scraggly, and your hair not combed just one time? It's not a fucking crime, you know what I mean? There's people that I think that take makeup and things, and even there's even men. Well, were men that I'm not gonna have that subject with the men with makeup and the people who identify as women, but there's a little bit of envy in there, a certain kind of ways. But there's even people that they don't wear makeup or like this other shit putting aside. Dress maybe in dress maybe in some colored short sleeve shirt, or even if they're not gay, you get these people that the pink short sleeve collared shirt and wearing their man perfume that were different. Always has to be dressed perfectly, and what I call their man perfume. Some of it, makes it so you don't at least have a deodorant, so you don't. Everybody needs to have, so it absorbs embarrassing sweat odor. Or if you're working out, you take a shower. That's not the point. There's even colognes or perfumes that can smell all right, but then you get some that's so damn strong makes people sick, in confined places, But there's even men, even though putting aside whether anybody's gay or not, they almost are on the lines, always worried about their hair. That this is not a gay against straight people thing, but even the ones that are against, say, gay people, I talk about some of them that, oh yeah, you're against gay people, but yet you'll wear a pink shirt, a kiss, what I call they're not gay, right? But yeah, there's these mamby-pamby kiss asses that you find in workplaces. Not gay, but they wear this pink shirt as a symbol for kissing ass, not a symbol for being gay. This is not about attacking gay. And what I call their man perfume, wearing your man perfume. Of course, you don't want to go around sweaty and stinky and all that. But, there has, in men, I'm trying to say, there's this ridiculously crazy things about, like, statutes of hygiene. It's almost like, you don't have you have to, wearing a deodorant to get rid of, absorb the sweat that has a mild aroma, like, just a standard deodorant that kind of tries to neutralize the sweaty smell, if you accidentally sweat and stink. That's not good enough, that's something that absorbs and prevents odor. If you don't wear some man perfume, all of a sudden there's bad hygiene. And not to preach religion on you, but the biggest metaphor of all time that Jesus Christ actually had in the Bible, where, he's washing his hands. Well, there are sometimes if you were doing work and your arms are all dirty up to here, it's different. Shoot, I worked in fucking jobs where, wash your hands real quick and your arms while you're at it, or whatever, you go to eat lunch, and certain jobs I did. That ain't the point, but they're trying to disprove Jesus Christ's philosophy's wrong, so they're trying to say he's dirty, bad hygiene, right? And and that scripture, if you will, not to force religion down people's throats because I bash certain aspects of religion itself. Jesus accused the Pharisees, if you will, of upping the hygiene qualifications because he was kind of, exposing the Pharisees for what they were, money grabbing people, selling sacrifices and selling things and knocking down the tables and, selling the doves. You know what I mean? And they wanted to fight. They want to disprove them, and they want to do what grown people, like keep in mind too that people did this to people in grade school and high school and college, and even grown people do this in workplaces. They pulled your dirty card and don't even fucking what. And I talked about shit that in some of these workplaces, of course, after you piss, you should wash your hands, of course. But you got people that are literally, I kid you not, that if they don't like something about you, they'll deny this too, because if you expose them for it too, these people literally, I had it happen. You see them out the corner of your eye or out a mirror, and you know who they are because they're in a restroom, and you catch it. They're fucking watching you piss, so they can follow you over there to sink to see if you're washing your hands right after you go to the bathroom. Of course, you should wash your hands after you go to the bathroom, But I mean, I'm talking about the extent that I wouldn't put it past even people with higher profile somewhere. You know what I mean? I think you may want to tell some of these people in the restroom, what are you looking at? Yeah, you're worried that my dick is bigger than yours or something? And then, they'll, you call them on it, and then they'll, only up their spreading accusations of what I just said because they're mad. Yeah, they'll go and start saying the shit anyway. Just because they're mad. When you call somebody on the bullshit, they get madder. But this is subject matter. It's expanded because it goes beyond makeup. I'm trying to tell you about the expectations and the standards put forth and all that stuff too. No different than me doing my fitness things. I worked at a concrete cement factory, which they polish the floors clean. You know what I mean? And I do some of my things bare fisted. But I actually got, just because they were either jealous or they had to prove that they're not intimidated or impressed, about me doing any push-ups on bare concrete, bare knuckle. They'd try to say I'm dirty. Oh, do that on a clean floor and don't do it on your fist. Oh, they ain't anything that they're going to put their hands on you and do anything to you, or they'd have to get somebody else, and say some shit to create some trouble and get their thugs to go and intimidate you, do some shit to you. They ain't going to do anything themselves. And they don't want to act like they're intimidated or any kind of thing. So, yeah, you do bare knuckles on some concrete. Oh, you're dirty. Oh, you're doing that on dirty concrete. And, yeah, geez, are people going to play fucking football and try to make the whole field completely clean? Come on. There's mud, there's different things. But people have these weird standards, you know what I mean? And what I'm all about is defying that, you know what I mean? Because, hey, if I was playing in some movie, and somewhere I'd be getting dirty for the part or whatever, but I make my own little movies of real life. In some areas you might have been working during break or just passing by on the way from riding a bike somewhere and make a video in reality-based scenes. Unlike yoga, nothing against it. I love some really nice women to do it, some pretty cool dudes. I'm more like rebelling a little bit, in postures, and I'm almost like, no offense, but to hell with that Om shit, to hell with that Om shit, the plastic mats. Nothing against it. I mean, I think it's very apologetic. And, of course, there's a lot of money in selling all that accessories and the yoga blocks and the plastic mats. Nothing against it. The people that do it are wonderful people. But you got to reinvent yourself, and not do the same thing everybody else is doing, and state your case and why it's needed, whether you're actually selling it or not. So in that respect, I regard it as apologetic. Hey, in real life, you wearing boots somewhere, or hiking boots, or going hiking, and off the top of my head, that woman that was doing yoga that had to survive. She was lost way out in the woods. Was that Hawaii or some damn island or something like that? And she survived eating whatever. Wonderful story. If you're out there hiking, you get lost, you slide down something, a little bit of flexibility to maybe you might sprain your ankle as opposed to breaking it. Yeah, but anyway, people going for a hike or whatever now, everybody wants to have their exercise clothes, their bicycle clothes look like they're all clean, bright colors. Even when they're fucking hiking, accessorized clothes, which there's nothing wrong with. Oh my God, you're hiking somewhere and you touch something dirty or get down on your knees and something. I mean, this is not off the subject. This is the whole mentality of the world today. I mean, that's fucking fake. You know what I mean? In real life, what the fuck is wrong with, hey, getting rain and getting sopping wet? Like when I worked next to some really cool individuals that were both black and white, and we were like in the pouring down rain in a sports arena, out in the parking lot's clean, and I think it was really like cool. Oh my God, I get rained on. Oh, my makeup. Oh, I gotta go. And then there's this thing. I think laughing. I used to hear about it too. There's nothing wrong with saying, "Oh man, I feel a turd coming on. I gotta take a shit, or I gotta damn piss." Oh, if you're a woman, you gotta freshen up. So maybe you do gotta take a shit, take a piss, but they gotta freshen up with their makeup. And nothing wrong with people being gay or whatever, too. It's not the point that those people when I identify as this and that, it's not about bashing them, but they're creating a scenario where even they're afraid to be out somewhere without makeup. And I said this ain't about bashing them, but I understand. I preached about a thing, too, in a separate video about the origin of makeup of both dudes and chicks. Like, what makeup was created for when you're on the screen, on television, to keep you from being pale. Everybody had to wear makeup. And makeup was theatrical while you're on stage. But then there was the days of black and white TV, where too, which was all different. But when black and white turned into color, like television. Well, you had black and white TV, but then you had live stage, stage and screen, makeup. That's a lot of shit to talk about, But, makeup even for simple things. Well, when the TV started getting color, the technology, they did the Technicolor thing, but still on the older TV camera technology, people looked pale, so they had to use makeup. That's what makeup used to be. But then, like I said, your girlfriend wants to get cool nails. Shoot, I see people work in stores, people you work next to, or anybody that friends. Cool. Oh, that's a cool nail design. It's like, wow, because, there's stuff that catches your eye. There's so much stuff about nails. It's fun, I'm not against makeup. Let the girl be a girl. But this leads to another story on my earlier days of YouTube, too, where I'm just getting on. YouTube was just a big thing after I lost my fancy paying job, decided to go to college. And then I discovered this YouTube thing. I'm commenting, right? You have these political things. The Canadians, just like the Americans, Canadians got their, whether you call it conspiracy theories or political criticism videos, and they got their gimmick. I vaguely remember, off of memory, the one dude with his hat, Canadian cowboy hat, and these mirrored glasses. And I think his girlfriend or wife was with him sometimes, but she had a separate channel. But you follow things because certain political things, they got similar views like us American has, for good or bad. And well, this one, I made the one mistake. I'm not even saying to this day they were bad people. I still don't think anything is bad. I just gotta try to apologize. But then if they don't want to accept apologies, I'm like, fuck you then. But anyway, talking about makeup, there was some kind of little issue. I don't remember what prompted me to say this, but there was an argument. my text, my comment was only to make this argument, right? I mean, I wasn't bashing her for wearing makeup. She has the makeup thing, and then there was some other issue. I forget what she was talking about. But like I said earlier in the video, what I meant when I made whatever comment is that, I said nothing wrong with makeup. Let the girl be a girl. It's, it's part of being a girl or whatever too. Dress up in their makeup. But I said, well, what I meant is there's nothing wrong with, hey, going out looking scraggly once in a while, and not wearing a makeup is no crime. And I stated, like I said, let the girl be a girl. But I also, like I said, I'm a big advocate, and I'll tell you this one more time. Makeup should not be a mandatory qualification of hygiene, nor should it be forced or anybody should be shamed. That's what I mean. And so anyway, she goes, and when you used to be able to comment right in the front of people's YouTube before the giant design change. The next day, she goes on my YouTube. How fucking dare you make, quote, bigoted comments on my channel, and then twisted some things around, said some kind of things that made me some kind of nutcase that I friended them or subscribed to them and made bigoted comments. And how the fuck is that a bigoted comment, or it got blown out of proportion? I go to apologize, but I was blocked. But what? Somebody didn't like some truth, I mean. What I'm trying to say, makeup isn't a bad thing, but people do that in churches, talk about each other's hair. They run people down, or hey, me for having a ponytail that's, hey, I need to brush this again. Wait a minute. Hey, whether you're black or white, whether you got a ponytail like this, or whether you got dreads or without dreads, or the makeup thing is too. If your hair is scraggly or whatever. But that's the moral. If you got this far with that story, I wanted to make sure if you got this far in this video that I had that being said in a YouTube one time, in my earlier days when I started commenting and learning YouTube, and when Twitter wasn't even around that long yet, and all that shit. So, and since I have a lot of friends that are in fitness or whatever, that I actually study and learn my stuff off of, and they put up with me all the comments I put on their thing. And in saying that, any women out there that do any kind of the fitness things, yes, fucking right, go out in nature. Don't wear no makeup. You don't gotta wear you don't have to wear fancy yoga clothes or fancy fitness clothes, or having some clean yoga mat. Oh my God, you're doing something on the, quote, dirty concrete. Usually because somebody is mad because they think you should be the handicapper general type. It's disrespectful if you instead of walking around like these people out there that are these mamby-pambies, look like they're avoiding muscle development, wearing t-shirts and shorts, and look like you're avoiding muscle development, these mamby-pambies, for these fucking these different rules, like that, in some cases that this and that hurts people's feelings, you're not allowed to be good at something, or even if you upgrade yourself in any kind of way in some crowds, any kind of a way it's challenging and confrontational now, hurts people's feelings. Whether you physically develop yourself or psychologically develop yourself, or walking around with a problem with somebody, or however way you want to walk around with a cocky look on your face, which is no crime, this status. Well, to end this too, you remember the old song from Emerson, Lake and Powell. They were Emerson, Lake and Palmer before they were, but there was one album that was put out in, I think, 85 or 86, that the one-hit wonder that was really all over, and I love that song to this day, the lyrics of it. Touch and go. You're running with the devil, it's touch and go, not to impose a religion. You see this woman on a TV show, she's dripping in diamonds from head to toe. They make you believe it's the status quo. You're running with the devil, it's touch and go. Yeah.